Police from the Underwater Search and Rescue Unit were up early this morning getting ready to help the Coast Guard and the Norwalk Police search for the missing tugboat, the Celtic. The boat was last seen leaving Bridgeport Harbor at about 8 o'clock Sunday night. The tug was pulling a barge loaded with scrap iron. Its destination was Port Newark, New Jersey. It had a crew of 6 aboard, including a skipper with 15 years experience. While Bridgeport Police were still in port at 5:30 this morning, the Coast Guard was out on Long Island Sound looking for clues to the whereabouts of the Celtic. The first sign of the missing boat was an oil slick near Sheffield Island, just a mile off the Norwalk coast. These Bridgeport divers arrived at the scene accompanied by News 12 photographer Leonard Davis at about 11 o'clock. That's just about the time the Coast Guard and Norwalk Police made their next discovery.
We located the tug Celtic. She's sunk between the cable and anchor, approximately halfway between cable and anchor shoals and Sheffield Islands.
What we know right now is that the barge and the tugboat are underwater, and divers from the Bridgeport and Norwalk Police Departments were able to bring up 4 bodies thus far, and they're looking for 2 more off the coast of Sheffield Island. Sergeant David Hoyt is one of the Bridgeport Police divers who assisted in the rescue. He says there are 3 factors that make the divers' work in a case like this one so difficult.
Well, the depth of the water and also the temperature and the current that's running now.
A spokesman from the Eckloff Marine Corporation in Staten Island, which owns the Celtic, said its captain should have had no difficulty managing the conditions on Long Island Sound Saturday night. That's when small craft warnings were in effect, with winds gusting to 25 miles an hour and waves up to 3 feet. But police and Coast Guard officials say that shouldn't have been a problem for the 85-foot tugboat. Officials do say, however, that one theory they'll be looking into is that the barge may have pulled the boat and the crew to the bottom of the Sound. In Long Island Sound in Norwalk, I'm Frank Boris, News 12.